Okay, today I've got a product that I'm really excited to talk about. I've got the Kellogg's Peeps cereal, which is a marshmallow flavored cereal with marshmallows. I find that super amazing because I can't really imagine what a marshmallow in cereal format tastes like. And then for it then to add marshmallows on top of that is just super weird, and it just sounds like way too much marshmallow to be enjoyable. But I really like trying out some of these limited edition products. So I decided to get a box. This is a way bigger box than I had originally intended to buy. I think it's hard to get a sense of scale, but it's so big it doesn't quite fit on my desk. But it's the family size. You can see up here it's the limited edition. And this is clearly just like that Easter product that Kellogg's wants to make. I mean, everybody loves Peeps, so why not sell some marshmallow cereal? I'm guessing just because everybody loves the marshmallows in something like a Lucky Charms or something like that. But since this is a Peeps cereal, I thought that it was only fair if we compare it to the actual Peeps. So I bought this weird. I don't know what to call it. Okay. So it's I should show the labeling here. Okay, so this is the Peeps Rainbow Pop. I think that's actually not a bad presentation. I suspect that this is something that kids would really enjoy. Um, I'm gonna open these up, have a peep, just so that I can have a baseline to compare to. Now, one little trick for all of you folks: this packaging here at the bottom, this is a little bit annoying to open. So what I like to do is I just like to get a knife, and then what I do is I just cut right into the packaging, and it just cuts right open. Okay, and I think that's a lot easier. Right? You're gonna take that whole sleeve off. Okay, take the rainbow pop. Be a little bit careful. There's a lot of sugar on this. Okay, you don't want that to go everywhere. And then I just get the. I'm gonna go with the iconic yellow, probably the most common of the Peeps, and I hope everybody's favorite. Although you can tell from the back of the packaging here, because there's no difference in any of the colors, you can tell that it really is just food coloring. That's the difference. They have exactly the same nutritional content anyway. Most disturbing thing about the Peeps, I think, is if you look at the best buy date, um, 12, 17, 19. That is a super, super long date for a product that's just packaged in this plastic that's not particularly even airtight. So how they manage that? I'm not sure. The wonders of science. I mean, we really live in a golden age. Okay, so let me give this one the little taste. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I haven't had a peep for years. They hold up better than I remember. The sugar on the outside is actually a little bit of an unpleasant texture. It gives the peep kind of a grainy, gritty texture on the outside. Um, that peep was recently bought, but it was quite chewy, quite moist on the inside. Um, I think that the sweetness of the marshmallow isn't it's not too bad. It's not like super super high above what I would expect for like a Jet Puff kind of like grocery store um, marshmallow. The chewiness of it is a little bit stronger. It's a little bit denser. And then let's compare that to the Peeps cereal. This one is actually sealed pretty well. I don't think I want to go in with a knife on this one. There we go. You can see the bag there. Just open it up. Oh, that bag is actually really well sealed. That's quite annoying. Okay, and then here's the cereal. So you can see that there's a ring type. It's a ring type cereal, and it's really interesting because it has little specks inside of the rings, and then it's also got the marshmallows. Okay, multicolored. Density of marshmallows is actually not as high as I thought it would be. At least not at this. Not looking at the top. I'm guessing that this is less than 10% marshmallow. I don't actually know how that stacks up against something like a Lucky Charms. My sense is that the marshmallow content of cereal it has been going up somewhat, just because you've got all these cereals that are like all marshmallows or something silly like that. But this is actually less marshmallow than I had expected for a marshmallow flavored cereal. I mean, but it's with marshmallows. So okay, so here we go. Let's give it this try. Well, that's kind of interesting. So the smell of the Peep cereal is very similar to a Fruity Pebble. About the same, a similar texture. The marshmallow is very, very similar to what you get out of a Lucky Charm. Same density. Same overall taste. These rings, I mean, I've eaten a few of them. Taste-wise, they actually are a little bit closer to something between a Fruit Loop and a Fruity Pebble. There's definitely a sweet sugar quality to it. But in terms of tasting like a Peep, this is nothing like a Peep. I mean, the crunchiness is nothing like a Peep, which is like super, super chewy, super, super dense. And then here, I'm going to pull out a couple of these marshmallows. And these marshmallows are just really standard cereal marshmallows. There's nothing remarkable about them at all, really. I mean, they're not even shaped like a Peep, which I find really interesting. They're a little bit crisp at first, and then they take on a lot of liquid in the mouth, and they kind of dissolve a little bit. It's very, very similar to what I'd expect out of a cereal marshmallow. I think these are gonna sort of dissolve in the milk, and then leave that really sugary milk that I think kids everywhere just love. But it's really disappointing for a Peep cereal because this doesn't have any of the character of a Peep. This doesn't even look like a Peep. I mean, so in one case, I mean, this is actually a really interesting case where the packaging of the box is simultaneously truthful, but then also disappointing because on the packaging of the box, we've got the sheep, the Peep, and the bunny. Those are the shapes that you expect, and then down here, we've got like the rings and the number of marshmallows. That seems completely inaccurate to me, actually. Going by this photo, you would just expect so many more marshmallows, and that is just not the case. But from the packaging, you can see it's going to be a ring type cereal, but you've got you've got the Peep shape and you've got the bunny shape, and they're just nowhere in the actual cereal. I think that's a really weird choice just to make the cereal in the first place because if you're gonna make the Peeps cereal, you have perfect shapes right here. I mean, you got the shapes. You got the peep shape, you got the bunny shape. That's the logical shape to make the cereal. Why they went with a ring type, I'm just I just have to guess. I can only guess that that's due to some kind of like manufacturing thing, keeping the cost down. Maybe it's a, I mean, that's a really common cereal type, but a really, really disappointing choice because it does not match the product itself. It doesn't match that fun feeling that you're gonna want from a Peeps cereal. The cereal itself, I think, is very, very similar to anything that you could buy off the shelf. I mean, honestly, you could probably take any number of cereals, just like maybe even get some Fruit Loops, add some marshmallows to that, and just pour that into this box, and it wouldn't be a terribly different experience. That's actually really disappointing for a snack food as iconic as the Peep, especially coming with Easter. If you want like a nice special Easter cereal, I don't know. I don't think that the Peep cereal is it. Yeah, that's really disappointing.